Sempre tem.
Eu estava dentro de uma filha, agora acho que
Aqui nem assim cuida, né? Festa, minha vida. A fila não termina, fica esperando terminar. Aí vai chegando mais gente.
Mas ela tem duas, né?
Seus filhos estavam falando?
Adolescente, 16 anos agora.
All right. I know there's a few other people there. I'll make the announcement twice. Good news. I think some of you might know, but we were able to secure another room for FSS. So if you leave here on the door, there's another room just beside us. So we'll be having an extra space for our center. Our plans, we were thinking, because as you can see, sometimes there's a lot of people here. So we want to move the buses over there. So we open this area here to accommodate more comfortably more people for our public activities. And also we are planning how we are going to do the kids education there, because the smaller kids are a little bit crowded in the room over there. So we're going to split and have a better space. So we are planning for next Sunday, which is the Brazilian or the Portuguese service that we have. So we'll start already with passes over there, and then we are working towards organizing the kids' education and how we're going to organize that. So just want to share that it's a great accomplishment for us to make this house a little bit more comfortable and better. Good. All right. So today I will start with The Way, the Truth, and the Life from Chico by the Spirit Emmanuel, and I chose text number 88. We're going to talk a little bit about watch and pray today, and then I chose the keeping watch with Jesus, and then that's a passage from Matthew. And returning to his disciples, he found them sleeping. He said to Peter, "Could you not keep watch with me for just 1 hour?" And Emmanuel will help us. Jesus came to earth to awaken men and women to the greater life. It is worth remembering, however, that when we felt the need for someone to be with him during his ultimate trial, he did not invite timid followers or recent beneficiaries, but disciples who were fully aware of their responsibility. And yet they fell asleep, thereby making the divine messenger's loneliness even worse. It is crucial that we recall the gospel text and remember that the Master's ministry is ongoing and he still invites devoted co-workers to take part in it. Obviously, he does not entrust tasks of fundamental importance to inexperienced or unlearned spirits. However, it is also essential to realize just how few there are who do not fall asleep as Jesus awaits the results of the tasks that were given to them. They forget about the mandate that has been given to them, and they are anxious to accomplish their own desires because they can see that the days of their physical body are quickly passing by. They forget that the life is eternal, whereas earthly existence is symbolically nothing more than just 1 hour. In view of this, when inattentive workers awake to the reality of the spirit world, they weep under the weep of their conscience and long to find the peace of the Savior. But his words to Peter constantly resound in their ears. Could you not keep watch with me just 1 hour? In fact, if we cannot stay with Christ for just 1 hour, how can we aspire to be with him throughout eternity? Let us pray. So with our minds, our thoughts, our emotions connected to God, to Jesus, our Master, to all the spiritual team that help all activities here at FSS, in special for the spiritual team that guide us in this talk in this Sunday morning. Let's be grateful. Grateful for one more opportunity that we are here gathered to learn about Jesus' teachings and how the Spiritism doctrine can enlighten us and can help understand and apply this in our lives. And in special today, let's connect to our guardian angels. We're going to talk about them and how they can help us and what is our role to nurture this relationship with them. So let's be connected to the wisdom of God, the willingness and will of God, and the love of God. And pray that we have a blessed and enlightening meeting today. So be it. All right. So today we're going to talk about guardian angels and how we are nurturing the connection with them. So guardian angels, and we're going to talk about some words that we use. Guardian angels, protective spirits, mentors, and so on. We'll try to do some differentiators about them, if there is any. And we're going to talk about is that something it's just common sense, or what does the Spiritism doctrine tells about guardian angels? What is the rationale behind it? And for that, I'm going to use mostly the comments. Kardec makes a comment on question 495 that talks about guardian angels. And we're going to do some reflections on all the things that Kardec mentioned. And to start, just for each one of us to kind of reflect on how do we understand the presence of high spirits to assist us in our journey while incarnated. It's a journey that each one of us is responsible to take care of it, but we are not alone. There is help for us. Can we notice or perceive the help of our guardian angels? How connected we are, and how do we notice that? And what behaviors or attitudes do we adopt to maintain a positive relationship with our guardian angels? We're going to talk a little bit about if we decide to rebel against our guardian angels and what happens. It can happen. It's our free will to decide to say, get out of here. I don't want your advice. Right? We can totally do that. And Kardec asks about it, and we're going to see what do they do? What happens with that? Cool? So let's start with the beginning on who are the guardian angels. So in question 489, Kardec asks, are there spirits who watch themselves, who attach themselves to a specific individual to protect and help that person? And the Spirit says, yes, spiritual brothers and sisters. You can also call them your protective spirit or good spirit. So every single one of us incarnated here, and I would say also discarnated, that are in this process of evolution, we do have a spirit that can guide us. That will guide us. Is their mission, is their responsibility to help us with every single advice. This spirit, it says it's a good spirit, or it's a high order spirit. And when Kardec asks, what should we understand by the expression of guardian angels? A high order protective spirit. So it's important to say that it's not that we have all the most evolved spirits, like Jesus is my guardian angel. No, it's the guardian angel is more evolved than me. So my guardian angel has gone through the similar experience that I'm going through, and he's very well qualified to help me. But it doesn't mean that I have a superior when we talk about the classification of spirits in the doctrine, it's just there's a spirit that is more evolved than me. And important because that spirit, when we are planning and incarnating here, we ask, say, who we're going to have as our protector spirit or guardian angel. So we have that relationship. We establish that relationship right before we incarnate or reincarnate here on earth. And also, that spirit has everything or all the knowledge, the experience that is very suited to my challenges, trials, expiations, what have you, that I will have to go through here. He's very well, he or she, they are very qualified and knows exactly what are my needs. So rest assured, it's like, oh, maybe my guardian angel here, not very smart, or not giving me the advice, or maybe he's not very well qualified. Rest assured that God, in His wisdom and love, would not misassign or assign by mistake a guardian angel for us.
This must be a silly question because I'm just in the beginning
Yeah.
of my learning journey.
No
but,
silly questions.
One thing I would ask is there only one? Throughout
Yes.
the entire life?
Yeah.
There can't be.
There's one. And then we're going to talk about what happens with the others. But you have one dedicated to you that knows your needs, knows what you're going through, and he's there with you. And every one of us has one. And then we're going to talk about the others. What happens with the other spirits? Because we are influenced by all of them. But this spirit, this guardian angel, and or protective spirit is a one-to-one relationship.
And I would assume, just a follow-up question on that, I would assume that eventually this spirit could be reincarnated at some point as well, right?
It might, yeah.
So it might be that while I'm here, is his decision or her decision, whatever it is, to not be incarnated throughout this lifetime? Or
Yes.
could they ever incarnate while I'm still here?
No, he would not like say, hey, bye Felipe, I'm done with you.
Now you go
No,
with
no.
Okay.
I don't know the mechanisms, but all our guardian angels, our protective spirits will be with us in our lifetime, in our experience here on earth.
And is your guardian angel the same as your spiritual guide? Or?
The same.
Okay.
They're all we use interchangeably.
Okay.
Guardian angel, mentor, or protective spirit, or spiritual guide. They mean the same thing.
Okay.
I thought you had a guardian angel and a mentor.
It's the same. Yeah. So here is, Kardec asks, what is the difference between all the things that we ask? Question 414. So our protective spirits or guardian angels, they have a mission to accompany the individuals they are protecting over the course of their lives and help them to advance, right? The degree of perfection of the spirits is always superior to that of their charges. So my guardian angel, his or their evolution is higher than myself.
Sorry. Just, is this our guardian angel would be exclusive hours, or she can assist more than one person in Earth?
That's a good question.
You know
Might be a lot
what?
of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's say my guardian angel is only in charge of me,
me,
or
yeah.
he might be in charge of me and somebody else.
I don't know that answer. I would say based on my readings, it's a one-to-one. It's me, my guardian angel only works for me. No, sorry. My guardian angel only helps me to do what it works for me. That's horrible. Please delete that. Sorry. My guardian angel only helps me and no one else's. Yeah,
It's already too much one person.
It's
in Earth.
taking care of,
No,
helping me. That's a lot of work.
everybody,
Yeah.
A lot of
So
work.
yeah, but based on it doesn't. I've never found very black and white saying your guardian angel only helps you. But based on the description, I would say that yes, there's one guardian angel for me, and he or they only help me. Because we would infer that also they might have other duties, right? They are protecting, helping me, but they are working. They are doing other things in spirituality. So it's a lot of it's a lot of work. Yeah, yeah.
But Luis, one thing that I read, and I don't remember where, but is that they are, of course, they help us, but usually they are doing some other things as well.
Yeah.
They're not like 100% of the time, like by my
No.
side or your
Yes.
side.
No,
Or,
they have other duties,
Yeah.
other
Like,
responsibilities.
we're not
They're
that
not
special.
our nannies.
Yeah, yeah. But they help you. Like I'm in charge. I'm taking care of my monitor, helping Mariana. I don't have Mariana, Paula, and it's like, oh my God, what is happening? It doesn't make sense for me. But they do have other responsibilities. Like Emmanuel, for example, he would not only help Chico. He would not only be Chico's mentor. He was doing other things, other work for in the spirituality as well. Yeah.
So maybe it's possible. I mean, yes, you couldn't have 30 people you're assigned to, but it's possible you could have more than one if you don't always need to be with that individual spirit all the time.
Yeah, that's I can try to search, but I think what happens is when you talk about, we have the guardian angels and then we have the familiar spirits. So the familiar spirits, the spirit says, are spirits that connect with specific people for a longer or short period of time to be useful to them within the confines of their possibilities, which can be quite narrow. So we have our guardian angels, then there are more spirits that are familiar to us. They might be part of our past lives, and they connect to us. They have the best intentions to help us, but sometimes they might not help the way that they want to help, because they are not in a superior level from us. They might be the same, or they might be even less developed than us. But they are concerned with some details of human life and only act when permitted or ordered by a protective spirit. So we can see that the protective spirit is more kind of in charge and helps with the other spirits that may be with us. And some spirits, familiar spirits, might be with us for a short period of time. Like we're going through a challenge. And that spirit maybe was my mother or what have you in the past. And he or she are able to provide some assistance to us. So there are more spirits. It's just not only we have the protective spirits and that's it. There are more spirits that are surrounding us. And there's another sympathetic spirits, which are drawn to us by personal affection and similar good or bad inclinations. So that's the law of connection and synergy. Depending on what energy we're sending, we are going to attract those spirits toward us. They are sympathetic to the mental energy that we are sending. That mental energy can be good or can be not so good. So importance for us to make sure that we're always aware of our thoughts and our minds. If we are on a more negative tune or negative energy, we will attract not so good spirits. If we're good, we'll attract good spirits. So I'll try to see if this is just a one-to-one relationship. Now I'm curious, and I'll bring some thoughts in the future. Yeah. Good? Makes sense?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you know any circumstance where a familiar spirit can be inappropriate? An example?
A familiar spirit might be, it's inappropriate in the sense that they think they're helping, but because they lack knowledge and they don't know exactly what they're doing, maybe they're too attached and wanting to be with you because they miss.
Obsessed.
Or, yeah. Obsession will go in a different category. It's a more serious situation. But a spirit that might be too attached and are drawing your energy without knowing it is drawing your energy in a more negative way. Yeah. So this is the comment from the question 495. Sorry, I said it's a comment from Kardec, but it's actually a comment between St. Louis and St. Augustine. And I really liked this passage because it's very consoling. And it doesn't just say, yeah, God decided to give each one of us a a mentor. Like those two spirits explain the divine mercy and the divine love that is included in this mechanism of having a good spirit or a protective spirit with us. And they start, if there's a doctrine that should convert the most incredulous by its charm and sweetness, it is that of guardian angels. Isn't it a very consoling idea to know that you always have at your side beings who are more evolved than you, who are always there to counsel, sustain, and aid you in scaling the rugged mountain of the good, who are more reliable and devoted friends than the most intimate connections that might be contracted on earth. So I like this end because it puts us and it gives kind of a measure or something to measure against. Just think about the most intimate connection that each of one of us have here. It's even bigger. Our mentor, our good spirit, has an even bigger connection to us. And it is this divine law this divine law of love and mercy. And it shows this attribute of God's to be superior good and superior love to give us this resource that we can connect at all times. Literally, all times. There's no blockage. There's no saying, no, I'm only available business hours, 9 to 5. No, it's in every single situation. And this protective spirit, this guardian angel, knows us better than ourselves or anyone else. Or with the exception of God, he or they know exactly what we need. And this search that we have for betterment, right? They are there. If we're in doubt, they are there.
I don't know if we're gonna cover that or not, but they are there, but we are invited to always be in a good frequency, so we open the door to listen to their intuitions. So
I'll cover. Otherwise, our mental house will dictate if the doors will be closed or open to receive those advice.
Because we don't receive, if we are angry, we're not going to receive their help.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also, like, we can quit on them, but they never quit on us. So there are times that the guardian angel just give us some space because of the free will, right? It's just like, this is what you want or need, so I will not interfere that much. So they go away for a while, but not necessarily that they quit, like like they give up. And
It's like I'm done with you. And there's a specific question, and then I'm gonna cover what happens if we decided to close our doors of our mental house.
The other thing I would ask too in regards to being superior from us, I remember, I think it was in one of Divaldo's speech, like lectures, that he was saying he knew his time on earth was coming to an end and all that, and he was getting himself prepared for it. And he had already talked to Joanna de Angelis, that they would shift sides, like he would be disincarnated and she was getting ready to incarnate, and he would be at her side. Something like that. So, in other words, I was like, okay, so Divaldo will be her guardian angel when she is incarnated, and thankfully God is sending like all those spirits because we're going through some turmoil. But what happens with this idea that our spirit guide is superior than us, when it's possible to have these
roles.
switching places? I don't know if everybody heard something.
Is it a switch place, or is it that he was going to be there with her supportive?
Yeah,
because I've never heard of a switch place. Supporter is not a guardian angel, if you know what I mean.
It makes more sense that because if Joanna is, in terms of evolution,
Superior
superior than
than
Divaldo.
yeah.
Now Divaldo,
Yeah.
whatever he did or he accomplished, being superior
still
of Joanna,
not-
it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But he can be part of this
Of the other
familiar,
group,
the
yeah.
other
Yeah,
group, the
I think
familiar
the word
spirit.
was more like we will switch places.
Yeah, that's
So I
that
don't know how
doesn't
to make
make- yeah,
sense of that,
yeah.
but there is definitely room
Yeah.
for interpretation. Like
yeah.
he will be of help,
Yeah.
or he will be
Of course,
spirit guide.
the same way that we had, for example, Emmanuel with Chico, and then André Luiz, Humberto de Campos, all those spirits as part of those familiar spirits with them. It makes more sense, not from a guardian angel perspective, but be part of the team. The same way that here in FSS, we have the mentor of this house. And then there's several other, there's a team that takes care of this work here. There's a team that takes care of our mediumship group. There's a spiritual team that takes care of all the kids' education. It's a group effort. It takes a village to make or to help guide us in this journey of spiritism here in Calgary.
Is it always like a teamwork?
I would say yes. Yeah.
And it's also dynamic, right? So I think
There's some mechanisms that I don't have the understanding. I think there's some dynamic things that happening of someone assigned and change of responsibilities, realignment, reorg, in just the words that I can use here on Earth. There might be those cases that happened, but for sure there's some continuity and sustainability from a point of view of organization, that we have someone in charge, right, of this work. But kind of the workers or whoever helps might switch in the case of FSS.
Yeah, and I guess just building on your comment, Juliana, I mean, I don't know the specifics of that case, but the idea that, you know, there's maybe an expectation when somebody is superior that they must be superior in every possible capacity of existence.
No.
And this is what I'm getting at in terms of that dynamism.
Yeah.
So you could have a situation, for example, let's use the example you said with Divaldo and Joanna, where maybe there's an aspect of Joanna's spirit that could benefit from a certain lesson that Divaldo is capable of providing to her because he has had an experience in life that she has yet to have. And so in that sense, while she may be, for example, much more superior to him in a number of aspects, there may be one particular instance that could be provided, that he could provide context. And it would make every bit of sense that two spirits that have spent a lifetime together could then provide that context.
That's why we have the familiar spirits. I think that's a very good, like, those capabilities. I have that and I can help.
Yes.
It's just not, if you're being very specific and didactical, didactic, it's from a protective spirit, they have a very specific characteristic and a very specific mission. The others fill the gaps and help whenever they can help. Yeah. Make sense? Okay. So, right, keep going. So they continue. These beings are there at God's orders. It was God who has placed them at your side. They are there out of their love for God, and they fulfill an honorable but challenging mission. My question, why is it challenging?
Sometimes we don't help them.
Yes, because it can be very stubborn.
Exactly. We are still imperfect, yeah? And we are the ones that create some of our challenges. We are the ultimate responsible for creating the good results or the bad results, right? And sometimes we are stubborn, right? We might be getting that intuition. We might be getting that help, but we decided not to follow or not to do anything. And they are okay. They are okay with that. Because if you can think about it, they are more evolved than us. So they are better prepared to deal with some of the frustrations. Like if we take the case of a parent, right? I'm a father and say, hey, kid, don't do this. And the kid goes and do exactly what I'm asking. And then I'm irritated. It's like, dude, how can you not understand, right? But the guardian angels, they have developed, they have more self-control. So they don't say, oh my God, I'm tired of Luis. This guy doesn't listen. He's hopeless. So they know, they are better prepared. So they are more evolved. They say, okay, we'll keep going. And they have developed more of that patience, compassion, and they will wait until I decide to do what I'm supposed to do and accomplish my objectives or what I have to accomplish here on Earth, right? And they are ambassadors, right? They're ambassadors of God's love, and they keep that faith in their hearts to help us every time that we need. The moment of weakness, the moment of struggle, even though I might have closed the door entirely before, but at the moment I am at most need, they will be there. They will not say, told you so, or told ya, right? They will be there. They are not, yeah.
Or they might say that, but they'll still show up.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's important also to say, especially when I said they work for us, that was horrible. But the guardian angels, they are responsible for guiding. They're not responsible for doing, choosing, or doing the work. Otherwise, the law of merit, progress, free will, responsibility will be all derogated. Because I will be sitting in a hammock, say, yeah, guardian angel, do it. You have my authorization. You take my decisions. No, it doesn't make any sense. We have to complete, to do, to accomplish whatever we have to do it here. They will provide that assistance, will be at our side. And we can confess or talk to our guardian angels about everything and anything. No questions asked, no embarrassment, nothing. They are there without, and that's a good word, without judgment. They're not going to judge us because they know what we are capable of. God has given us all the seeds and everything that is required. They are there to help us and nurture and help us to that seed so we can flourish and do and accomplish whatever we need to accomplish. But they will not do for us. It's important to say, yeah, nothing can do anything anymore. Let the guardian angels do it. Okay, have we done everything we are capable or it was under our control? If we did that, okay, now I did everything that I had capacity or strength for. Now I can rely in God's love and also in my guardian angel to help me with everything that I don't have control or exceeds my capability. And every one of us can access our conscience and check, yeah, I've done everything. This is everything I can possibly do. Now I will count on the divine mercy and the help of God and our guardian angel. Make sense? So what is the mission? As I mentioned, similar to that of parents to their children, to lead their wards down the right path, giving them advice, console them when they're sick or suffering, and support their courage in the trials of human life. Again, support, help, but not do it for us. How do they assist us? How do you think they assist us? We mentioned advice, intuition. What else? How else can they help us?
I think in dreams.
Dreams, exactly. So important for us to make sure that we are in a well state of mind and we do a sleeping hygiene. So before we go to sleep, we can be connected to the familiar spirits and our protective spirits. So during our dreams, because when the body is dreaming, the spirit is free. And at that time, they are free. They will decide where to go. Good company or not so good company. So important to ask. Ask. Pray. For tonight, if I'm struggling with something, to go and talk to my guardian angel. To talk to other spirits that can help me make sense of whatever I am feeling or the challenge that I'm going through my life. So important. How else can they help us? Can they partner with someone else?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah. Who can they partner with?
Friends?
Other, right?
Oh, yeah.
Other guardian angels. I think they have a big WhatsApp group. Say, hey, guardian angels here in Calgary. It's like, I have this person here that needs some help. So one guardian angel can talk to each other, and through some intuition can help the other one to help the other person, right? It's a very systematic and very perfect network and mechanism that I don't know how it actually is, but we know the result. Here at the center, like every time that we are here, the guardian angels are talking to each other, right? Within our family, within our social circle. It's important that they are helping and they are guiding and helping others to talk or to help with whatever they need. Yeah. So, as Carol mentioned, it's important to take care of our mental health, of our minds, so we can connect, even if it's out with my guardian angel or someone else is trying to reach out to my guardian angel, say, hey, Luis, guardian angel, you need to help, or there is this possibility to help Luis here. What is the way for us to keep our mental health in good shape?
Pray.
Watch and pray, right? Watch, orai e vigiai. Vigiai e orai. Sorry. Vigiai, orai. Watch and pray. Watch our thoughts. Be attentive of our behaviors. Are we always anger? Are we always jealous? Are we always envious? Is that possible for our guardian angel to connect when we're just in that? No, right? He will respect, because it's our decision to do that. So if we do that, how then can we transform, right? And go from anger to patience, to love, to compassion. And I want to talk about our own selves, right? Compassion, loving ourselves, compassion to ourselves. And start changing those patterns of thoughts, those patterns of sentiments, of emotions. And through pray. And I want to end today in the end of the Gospel according to Spiritism. I think there's a collection of prayers, and there is 2 or 3 that are specifically to our guardian angels. And I want to read at the end. So it's important to take advantage of the prayer. It doesn't cost anything. It's just a couple minutes, what have you, but it can really transform. Because this connection between us and our guardian angel, is it physical? No. There's no, doesn't need Wi-Fi, 5G or LTE. It doesn't need, my guardian angel needs to be in the same physical space. This connection is entirely mental. It's entirely from our minds, right? and they will capture whatever thoughts or feelings that we have, no matter what. It doesn't help if I go to Japan. I want to get away of this. Get away from my guardian angel. No. That connection will always be there. And they are more evolved than us. So they have the skills and the capability to go inside our minds and to connect to the energy and to the mental energy that we're issuing, that we're sending out to the world. And we don't need to be worried if, oh my God, maybe I'm not going to bother my guardian angel today. They might be busy. That's not how it works, right? They have all the ways, the process, what have you, to help us at any time. It's just a matter of our thought and our willingness. Now I'm going to use willingness because it's way better than will. And our willingness to ask, to be true to ourselves, and ask for that help.
And it's important that the same way we're invited to have that relationship with God and with Jesus, to have that relationship with our guardian angels as well. We really ask for their help, because if we're building that relationship with them, we are clearly asking help for any situation we might need help.
Yeah.
Right?
And you don't need
Very
to choose.
clear, we
It's
need
like, oh, maybe the situation here not worth of a
Ask for
guardian
help,
angel's
yeah.
time. No, every single one is worth, because they're there to be dedicated to us. And also in prayer, there is a passage here when we talk about prayer in the Gospel according to Spiritism, and there's an instruction from the spirits saying, every time you or your spirit comes back from the dreams or from being free, the first thing that you should do is pray. So there's a guidance from the Gospel according to Spiritism, from the spirits. As soon as you wake up, the first thing that you're encouraged to do is pray. Why do you think so? To connect. We're starting a new day as incarnated here. We don't know. We cannot control what's going to happen that day. What we can control? Ourselves. Control our feelings, our thoughts. And isn't there a better way to connect? Say, all right, one more day. Let me connect. Let me say my prayers. Let me ask for the things that I think I might need. I don't know what's going to happen this day. I might be facing a challenge, work, family, friends, what have you. Let's ask. Let's establish that connection. So you stand up, get out of the bed, and we are at least in a good shape to face whatever we need to face. But we've been talking a lot about asking, right? We should ask in struggles. What is the opposite? What should we do with our guardian angels in addition of just asking? Thanking. Exactly. There is a big portion because they have been helping. So it's important for us to be grateful for some of the advices, some of the things that maybe we thought, oh, brilliant, Luis, you thought about that. Was it really me? Yeah, I was conducive. I just took the end result of it and actioned it. But most likely, it might be an intuition or a guidance from the spirits.
Just share something. A long time ago, I was praying with our family, and we were praying as, so God protect us, let us have a good night, and asking a lot of things. And my youngest daughter said, "Dad, do you think you ask too much?" It's been a while, so, and since then I'll say, yeah, I ask too much. I'm being being grateful and doing other stuff as well. So that phrase stuck in my mind. So am I asking too much?
I think she learned that from the Spiritist education. What do you say about that?
There's a balance. I ask too much, but yeah, it is what it is. But
It's important for us to be grateful, and I think in addition to that, we always talk about, oh yeah, the moments of struggle, the moments of pain, but life is not only about struggle and pain. We have a lot of accomplishments, right? Things that, yeah, I did it, I didn't lose my patience, or I didn't yell, or what have you. So there are some wins. How about we say, thank you for helping me not lose that patience. Thank you for being there with me and helping me in this tough situation that I now did it. I was able to do whatever I was hoping to do. So in the good and bad situation, there is this invitation for us to be grateful as well, right? And I think there's an act of humility. Humility to ask, not be too like, I don't need my guardian angel. I know everything. I know what needs to be done. Maybe I don't. Maybe I know half of it. Other half? No, I don't. So that humility to ask and know our limitations. And also that humility to say, thank you. I could have not done without that support.
And honestly, I think that being used to say thank you and etc. It helps you become a more positive person because it helps you always find something to thank for, right?
Yeah.
And life is already too hard, and if you can't see like the small details that actually are the important ones, then you are just making your own life harder.
Yeah. And also, if we go back to some of the talks that I did when you talk about pain, it's kind of rephrasing or redefining the pain as not as a punishment, but a way for us to educate ourselves, right? And I know it sounds like, oh my God, am I going to be grateful for that pain? Yes, because it's a way, it's in the lesson plan from God for Luis to go through that pain in a resilient way, understand what that pain means to me, so I can learn. Because maybe I might have done something different it was wrong in the past, and now God is giving me and will give me as many other opportunities that are required to learn how to do that different. Or because I chose, I needed to improve that skill or that virtue in me, and that lesson is the one that will build the muscle, that will build the skill for me to become a better spirit.
And the pain gives you the opportunity to cross-correct too.
Yes.
It's just like if we think about physical pain,
Mm-hmm.
you feel it because something's not quite right. So you need to take care of that.
Yes.
Let's say if you're hungry or super hungry, you will feel pain,
Mm-hmm.
and then you acknowledge, okay, maybe I need to take care of that
Yeah.
right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those kind of things that helps you go in
Yeah.
the right direction.
Yeah. And we talk about pray, meditation, right? Meditation is at that period of time that you dedicate yourself to connect, to be present, and to take care of yourself, right? That's another technique or another way for us to be connected and to receive the guidance that are being offered to us. So, do protective spirits sometimes abandon their word or the spirit, and then later is heedless of their warnings? Spirit says, they withdraw when they see that their counsel are useless, and that the ward's will is set on submitting to the influence of little involved spirits. They say, okay, I'll pause here, because you, Luis, decided to follow or to be with other spirits, other friends. You decided to go with another circle of friends. Yeah, absolutely. They will respect that. They do not abandon them entirely, however, and always try to make themselves heard. The wards are the ones who shut their ears. their protectors return as soon as they are called. So we might have made some mistakes, right? We might say, yeah, this advice here, don't want to follow. Good, they will respect. And there will be no judgment. And no my list here, Luis in my blacklist. Yeah, there's no resentment about that. As soon as we open our hearts again and we change the circle of spiritual friends that are next to us, they will be there to help.
So then isn't maybe another opportunity for us then is to listen? In addition to asking, maybe asking too much.
Yeah.
We do, but when we do ask and then we receive something, to actually listen.
Yeah.
Whether that be an inspiration or a message,
Yeah.
or some sort of circumstance that just seems a little too convenient to have been coincidence.
Isn't that funny? Because it's like, yeah, I'm asking too much, but am I listening? That's a very, like, we're asking, but then we create that habit of just asking, maybe on that time that I'm praying, and then I forgot the rest of the day or the time that I forgot to listen. So as important as to ask is important to be attentive and listen. Because we might be getting those and we decide, as stubborn as we are, we decided, oh, I'm gonna let my passion or whatever feels good at the time to do it. And I ask for something different and I do something different again, right?
And
No, please, go ahead.
I don't remember the book, I think it's Courage from Chico Xavier, that they say that sometimes when we pray to God, the answers come in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ways can be through friends, through a message that you read.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think, and I speak from my experience, I don't know, like I pray for my garden, please give me a sign. And sometimes a friend is giving me that sign, inspired maybe by my guardian angel,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm pretty sure it has already
Yeah.
happened with very good friends. And I have one here.
See,
And,
they're all
not
connected.
once, many times.
Yeah.
And I think it's a beautiful way
Mhm.
to make you see what you have to see through the charity of a friend.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you're going to say something.
Oh, just referencing to what that insight that you provided about the list of prayers at the end. One of my favorites ones there is the thanksgiving for obtaining a favor. And if you read the little blurb in advance, it talks about how we have a tendency to just constantly focus on all the things that go wrong in our day.
Yeah.
But if we really took a second to just reflect about all the wonderful benefits that we receive, they even say that most of us would be embarrassed and guilty about how ungrateful we've been
Yeah.
for the sheer number of things that God and all the spirits have provided us all day long
Yes.
to help and support us. And
Yeah.
so that gets back to the idea of just, listening and reflecting. Are we getting maybe much more often exactly what we asked for, but we're too caught up in either the asking or everything else to really appreciate?
What went well?
Yes.
All the blessings.
Exactly what we getting exactly what we
What we
received.
Yeah, good point. Good point. And then towards the end, the Santo Agostino and Saint. What's the other saint that I mentioned? Saint Louis. Yeah, Saint Louis and Saint Augustine.
Hard name to remember.
Yeah. My name, yeah. They said, communicate with your guardian angels. Communicate. Communicate. Does it need to be formal? Dear guardian angel, I'm here in this moment. No. Same way like with God. Dear Lord God, Master of all. It doesn't. We need to step, well, Sandra mentions about that. You need to talk as we're talking with our Father. If you're talking to God, to guardian angels, it doesn't need to have that script and beautiful words and formality. What comes from the heart, right?
Oh man, just help me.
Oh man, just dude, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Help me here.
And establish that affectionate intimacy that exists between loyal friends. Think about the most loved friend or person that we have. How do we talk to that person? That's the same way that we're going to talk to our guardian angels. Do not try to hide anything from them. Do not think of hiding anything from them because they are God's eyes. Think of the future and try to advance upward. This will shorten your trials and make your lives happier. Come, take heart. Cast away all preconceived notions and reservations and boldly travel the new road that opens before you. Go forth. You have guides. All you have to do is follow them. It's like, man, just follow. All I have to do is follow them. Your goal cannot fail. Your goal is God. So then, some people might say, I cannot listen. I'm not a medium. I cannot listen to my guardian angel. I'm not a medium in the sense that I can hear or I can write. Is that the only ones that can listen to guardian angels? No. Every one of us, we have mediumship in the sense that we can listen and we can receive intuitions. There is more extensive mediumship where we can have that connection and talk to the spirit or write or see it. But every single one of us has the capability to receive that intuition. It doesn't need to be ostensive mediumship to do that. Otherwise, it would be unfair. It's like, oh yeah, you
So
don't
you're
have
forbidden.
mediumship. You have no guardian angel. No.
Okay, sorry. Before that, my wife just asked something. She's shy, so she asked me. So yeah, she just asked. So how we know we are having this intuition from our guardian angels? No, I think we need to learn how to listen their advice. Or she was asking this. So how we know this is
Because
intuition from our guardian
I have a lot of
angel?
intuitions,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if I'm being paranoid or if it's
I think it's a good question. I think your inside of you, in your conscious, you need to assess those intuitions, those feelings. Are they good? Are they just? Is that charitable? Is that good for me and for someone else? Would I do to me what the intuition is telling me to do to someone else? I think it's a practice. It's really a practice. Before it was all like similar, but I think the more we practice good, the more we study, you start to, and the more the connection you have, you start to feel. There's no like formula. A intuition equals XYZ ao quadrado. There's something that tells you that you can feel it in your conscious and in your heart. That is something that is good for me to be done. Yeah.
For me, I think, when you have a problem and you are thinking like for days on that problem and you just can't find a solution, and then suddenly you find the perfect solution that helps everybody. I think, yes, it was your thinking, but I do feel that you wouldn't have thought that if your guardian angel hadn't
extra help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And
I don't know,
there's
that's
some
how
sort of distinctiveness that you can start perceiving. It's like, this thought here comes, I was not thinking exactly about this, but that just flows into the mind and you feel it. There's a rational and an emotional component that we exercise those muscles. Gabi.
I know. For me, it's more like what kind of feeling this thought is giving
Yeah.
me. What am I feeling about this thought? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling relieved. I'm feeling peace. It's giving me some kind of, relief in my mind, in my soul. So yeah, that's a good thing. It's not my being paranoid, but it's the thought is coming back and give me worries and no, this is not this is not. I don't want to pursue on
Yeah.
this line of
Yeah.
thought. I wanna-
Because we all know we are all influenced by spirits, right? Always like to say, there's a market of ideas, and those ideas come. Are all of them good?
No.
No, not all good. So we need to be very attuned. And I think that a little bit of that criteria, is it good for me? Is it just? And I would do the same thing to someone else that I would like to be done to me. Those are, because we might have some intuitions to do something that are not good. We're spirits that are still in ignorance and trying to do harm. So we need to be very attuned about that.
I just had one intuition.
You have one intuition?
Right on.
Look at that.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Well, maybe. But Mario, still about your question, it's like, I think one of the benefits, for example, to study the divine laws is the more you
Yeah.
study divine laws, it's also easier for you to make that filter in your head,
Discernment.
that discernment,
Yeah.
yes. If it's a good suggestion or not, if it's aligned with the divine laws, this helps a lot too for you to make that discernment. Another thing that I noticed with myself, it's like I'm asking for a solution, a help or something like that, but it's not coming. And I noticed that sometimes it's not the right time yet. So I'm like, okay, I cannot have the answer now. So maybe I'm gonna wait a couple of hours, I'm gonna take a shower, I'm going to take a walk, I don't know. But sometimes it's about that, it's not gonna come that fast. It comes to the right time, and it's an invitation for patience, right? Because we have to be patient, we're invited to be patient to have that answer.
And yeah, one aspect, sometimes it's like, oh, I'm asking, should I turn left or right? That's not, like, having that specific, oh, should I go to Brazil or Punta Cana? It's depending on, so, yeah, do both. So it's you should go to Punta Cana. That's not the type of questions we should be invited, or should I buy the lottery ticket here or there? So it's being mindful of what we are asking and also expecting a clear direction, because then what's the discernment? What's the merit for us to make a decision when someone else already told go to Brazil or whatever? Yeah, you're gonna say something.
It's possible some people have more intuition than other ones. You know, the example is, for example, my husband, right? Me. So in some decision, sometimes I get like a feeling to do for a certain way. My husband maybe he's not true, and then I say, oh, we have the same situation, right? This is my, for the example, the question, maybe some people we have more intuition than another one.
Depends on everyone is one level of development, right? One level of growth. Ones are easier, are more connected, and are able to follow more and receive more of those intuitions. Others are just in the process of getting there, right? And then there's others, there might be an extensive medium and might be even more influenced to have those intuitions. Yeah.
And I think we also have to be mindful that, for example, when we're going through something bad, or we might be going through like a mental condition, we do have our brains, working in different ways, and that might trigger senses of anxiety, or maybe you drink more coffee than usual, and then you will be getting more, random thoughts and maybe fears. So that's why I think we have to be mindful at all times, because then we can know ourselves better and maybe work on our behaviors, work on our habits, sleep, and all those things.
Watch and pray doesn't happen in business hours.
Yeah, because it's
9
not
to
just
5.
everything is just like it has a lot to do with us and our choices and our behaviors, right?
Good. I
And
know
I
we're
think
almost time there.
If
Sorry.
we think about like where the divine laws are,
They are in our conscious.
So the
Yep.
more you study and the more you practice, it's about knowledge and experience, the easier it will be to listen and to connect with the right choices. It's
Yep.
just, for example, should I go to Brazil or Punta Cana? I don't really want to go to Brazil. I am in doubt. And then you receive the news, your cousin is getting married. Oh, look at that. Maybe that's an opportunity that I should go. So just examples that sometimes it opens up in front of our eyes, and it's about of the choice that when it's right, it feels right.
Yeah. Sorry,
Sometimes we want to do something that you feel like, not really.
I will,
It's
yeah, I'll just say because it's 12:06, so I'll just end with the last part of Santo Agostinho and São Luís. Again, don't be afraid to ask us questions. Always remain connected with us, and as it will make you stronger and happier. This communication between human beings and their familiar spirits will eventually make everyone mediums ignored today, but who will show themselves later, spreading out like an ocean without shores and sweeping away disbelief and ignorance. So hopefully everyone is encouraged to continue communications with our spiritual guides. Thank you very much. And I will read a prayer from the Gospel according to Spiritism that is part of Guardian Angels. All right. So let's connect our thoughts to God, to Jesus, and especially today to our guardian angels. May we take all this information, and each one of us will be able to absorb and practice and apply according to their own strengths. And let us read this prayer from the spirits about the guardian angels. Wise and benevolent spirits, messengers of God, whose mission is to assist people and lead them on the pathway of the good. Uphold me during the trials of this life. Give me strength to bear them without complaint. Keep bad thoughts from me and help me not to give access to any of the bad spirits who might try to induce me to wrongdoing. Enlightening my conscience regarding my defects and lift from my eyes the veil of pride that prevents me from perceiving them and acknowledging them to myself. You, especially my guardian angel, who watches most particularly over me and all you protector spirits who take an interest in me, help me become worthy of your benevolence. You know my needs. May they be fulfilled according to God's will. So be it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.